Assalamu alaikum and good afternoon. Let me quickly introduce myself. I've been allocated 10 minutes. I will try to encapsulate what I want to present today. Firstly, Technology Innovation Park Malaysia is 686 acres, right smack in the city center of Kuala Lumpur. It's a huge real estate with a GDV of 23 billion ringgit. So it is quite a place to manage. We have about 26,000 knowledge workers in that area, plus 14,000 students in the area of technology, science, and innovation. Three main areas we look at: ecosystem building, startups, and also recently the energy suckers, data centers are also there. So when you talk about startups, essentially there are four areas that they all look at: access to capital, access to technology innovation, access to talents, and access to market. So this is something that we do a lot of coordination there. Now, it's a very pregnant subject. Usually I speak off the cuff, but because it's a pregnant subject, I've prepared something. So I will refer to those notes. I think it's important. As Darren said just now, ASEAN, Malaysia has been given the ASEAN stewardship. We took that stewardship January 1st to 2025. For those, I think most of you know what's ASEAN, but ASEAN is Association of Southeast Asian Nation, 10+1, there's one more country joining us. In fact, Bangladesh has actually applied to join as a partner to ASEAN. That shows ASEAN has been relatively peaceful. We've not had any major wars. We know how to discuss. We know how to diplomatically solve the problems. We don't quickly go into AI drones to exterminate our neighbors. So ASEAN has been very, very peaceful and been exemplary in that. I have some colleagues from Thailand, from Singapore. I think they can vouch for the same. And so it's an interesting time. Everybody talks about AI, artificial intelligence. Some people jokingly always talk about my Prime Minister, AI too, Anwar Ibrahim. And he's one guy who talks about AI quite a bit. He talks about digital transformation across ASEAN. So he talks about energy grid across ASEAN. He talks about digital transformation in the truest form of the word across ASEAN. We talk about what we call AI also across ASEAN, quite a bit, quite extensively. Now, usually saying it is very easy, right? To implement it is going to be a tough thing. I'll just give one snapshot example. I don't want to run out of the time. Is our own 5G deployment in Malaysia. So we had tough times because powers that be decided there should be single wholesale network. That means one player. Monopoly for 34.1 million market in Malaysia. So some of us fought against it, and eventually it became what we intend was multiple wholesale network, but eventually it ended up with dual wholesale network. And even that they're struggling to do some things. But anyway, these are just a little bit snapshot of ASEAN, Malaysia, and so on. Right? Again, it's my distinct privilege to address all of you here in Mobile World Congress. I think it's my second time here. And today I'll briefly examine how mature 5G and AI are transforming industries and societies across ASEAN, and how Malaysia, with its active neutrality and rising tech investment from global giants, is emerging as a regional innovation gateway. Active neutrality is a very important differentiation for Malaysia because we do not want to be part of any geopolitical games of anyone. And we want to, as ASEAN always been, ZOFAN, Zone of Peace, Freedom and Neutrality. So if one side comes with certain technology, we welcome them. The other side comes with technology, we welcome them. What is good for us, we do, for the ASEAN. So that is actually the principles that we have generally adopted. Malaysia, Singapore, and all Thailand are the founding fathers of ASEAN. So I think that will still remain, and that helps us. I begin with global 5G AI trends, then focus on ASEAN's ecosystem and Malaysia's role in building a tech-driven future for economic growth, social well-being, and sustainability. By 2025, we see how 5G, now well beyond its infancy, is supporting various transformative scenarios worldwide. Mission critical URLLC, immense enhanced mobile broadband, EMBB, and massive IoT, MMTC. Private 5G networks are expanding in manufacturing, logistics, healthcare, and energy. Meanwhile, service providers are pairing edge computing with 5G for on-site real-time analytics, reducing bandwidth needs. This is critical because 5G is pictured as it's expensive and this and that. Network slicing and virtualization also let 5G adapt dynamically to each industry. On the AI front, we see dramatic strides in generative AI, multimodal intelligence, edge computing, and responsible AI governance. Large language models now work alongside vision language systems and advanced reinforcement learning. Solutions orchestrating complex tasks in real time. We talk about AI, artificial generative intelligence, what's the next one? AGI, then agentive intelligence, and then you have ASI, artificial super intelligence. So we are roughly in the first phase, and I've authored a book, and the next book is, I'm writing, the title is about 5IR. I'm not promoting the book, but 5IR, and I'm talking about quite a bit on self-intelligence, where AI becomes completely independent of human being, not only from the perspective of running it, the operating system and so on, but also energy independent. That's very scary. Sustainability is also at the forefront, both reducing AI's carbon footprint and ensuring privacy, fairness, and transparency. Major leaps in edge AI and federated learning allow data to be processed on devices or local nodes, improving response times while safeguarding user privacy. This is especially vital in the 5G era, where countless sensors generate continuous data. Swarms of factory robots or autonomous vehicles can now collectively train AI model without sending raw data to distant clouds, all within milliseconds, thanks to 5G high-speed, low-latency connection. These are all amazing 5G AI synergy unfolding in 2025. Consider this table, 5G AI synergy matrix, which links 10 global 5G trends to 6 key AI trends. I don't know whether it's readable, but these slides are available with the organizer, and it'll be shared. Knowledge we share very freely and democratically, so it can be shared. Yeah. From predictive analytics, maintenance to computer vision, NLP, robotics, anomaly detection, and edge AI and federated learning. Each cell offers an example of how AI and 5G can beautifully tango together. These are not academic fantasies anymore. They reflect real deployments. 5G delivers the bandwidth, reliability, and scale, while AI provides predictive intelligence, learning, and automation. Together, they push the boundaries of what connectivity and computation can achieve. Look, technology can be actually used for good things. Unfortunately, technologies these days are being used for some other things, but it also can be used for good, productive things for betterment of the human being. Now let's shift our gaze to ASEAN. I talked about ASEAN quite a bit, home to more than 680 million people. What's the US population? 347 million people. So we are almost double, 680 million market. 65% of them are under 35. So we're not only 680 million, but 65% of us are very youthful. Yeah, I'm the extreme value. I'm an old man, 58-year-old, but 65% is 35. This youthful demographic fuels the demand for connectivity and innovation, prompting many governments to prioritize 5G and AI to drive economic growth, modernize public services, and boost global competitiveness. The tables in the slide in the sample, in the same 5G AI synergy matrix, but now in the ASEAN context, and for the real or pilot examples. Each cell shows how a specific 5G application uses AI to address regional challenges in port operations. Some of our port operations have become AI. I mean, I've been to China, there's a place called Tianjin, and wow, I mean, there's no human being involved in the port operations. Right from the ships coming alongside, and that, I don't know what they call that. The crane. The crane will take the container, put on auto or AV, EV goes up there, been distributed according to the where the warehouse to be. Geez, and there's no human being. The only place there's a human being, 3 people in their IOC, Intelligent Operations Center. Things have changed. Each cell shows how specific 5G application uses to address regional challenges, like for instance, port operations, manufacturing, public services, and healthcare. Many of our civil service are quite loaded, quite big numbers. So AI, 5G, the intersection between these two will reduce that also. All the critical sectors given ASEAN's geographic diversity and rapid growth. These examples highlights the practical impact of 5G plus AI across ASEAN, not just in industrial IoT or robotics, but also in everyday life. They can help close gaps in healthcare, agriculture, education, and more. Of course, ASEAN, due to its own diversity, from highly urbanized Singapore. Where's the Singaporean friend? I saw him just now. There we go, Singapore. And to more rural nations like Myanmar, to Cambodia, calls for 5G rollouts and AI solutions that adapt to varying infrastructure and socio-economic conditions. The recurring themes in this metric are, number 1, the shift towards Industry 4.0 and automation. Do not look at it in isolation, Industry 4.0 and automation. 2, the extensive application in service-oriented sectors. These examples underscore a broader trend: public-private collaboration and multi-stakeholder consortia, telecom operators, government agencies, people like us, and industry giants are driving the region's digital transformation. Here are some future direction that we see and consideration based on what we are looking from that table that I showed. Number 1, scalability and infrastructure. While many pilot projects are underway, reaching national or regional scale demands robust 5G investment, especially in archipelagic nations like Indonesia and Philippines. When I say archipelagic, Indonesia is thousands of islands, and Philippines also hundreds of islands. Rural coverage and spectrum availability remain critical. Secondly, talent and skill development. This is very critical. Thirdly, privacy and security. And fourthly, cross-border collaboration. The table we saw just now showcases how major telecom operators like Maxis, Celcom, DG, Singtel, my friend from AIS, M1, Viettel, PLDT, and others are driving knowledge exchanges across borders. Cross-border 5G testbeds and shared AI standards can speed up technology adoption and help smaller nations leapfrog. Overall, this ASEAN example of AI 5G synergy reveal a vibrant ecosystem where governments, telcos, and industries use cutting-edge technology to tackle operational, civic, and social challenges. However, Malaysia, Thailand, Vietnam, Indonesia, and the Philippines are rapidly advancing pilot 5G AI application in manufacturing, logistics, healthcare. Remember, Singapore is a little bit ahead. You should be very happy. Coming from a Malaysian, you must be very happy. So they are a little bit ahead, but the rest of the countries in ASEAN nation are catching up. We exist and coexist in a very peaceful manner, right? We don't, for everything we try to say, I'll do a reciprocal tariff or tariff, We are very, very, ambiance. We have a right ambiance. You know what I'm talking about, reciprocal tariff? It was a joke because he started everything, then he's saying reciprocity. As we saw just now, in many of these instances, Malaysia's name appears alongside key projects in manufacturing, data center expansion. In Malaysia now, there's an explosion of data center and AI-driven initiative. Why data center? Because Singapore kindly and mercifully said no. So now they come to us. We have a huge presence in Johor. We have a huge presence in Bukit Jalil. And because I've signed the NDA with all the hyperscalers, I can't name them. They are very hypersensitive about everything. So I can't reveal their names, but these are all the big. But Malaysia, we want to position ourselves as active neutrality. And we want to be the Switzerland of AI. So I hope Switzerland is still Switzerland, but yeah, when I say Switzerland of AI, we be active neutrality. That's important. So I think the rest of it is, of course, we have so many initiatives within the Technology Innovation Park Malaysia. We have something called National Sandbox. We started an AI National Sandbox where everything that is not clearly defined, stated, we put it there. And today we were a champion or leader who initiated AI faculties across all public universities in Malaysia. And the first faculty was in a university called University of Technology Malaysia. And now other universities, they did an alliance of AI. I think these things will continue. And in the coming years, to accelerate its 5G rollout and boost AI adoption at the same time and drive digital transformation, we envision 4 things. Continued AI 5G integration, sustainability as a core driver. Everybody talks about sustainability. I just came back from Doha, and Doha, we presented a proposal that we've come up with a 5G and enable AI-infused solution where every trees in the forest can be marked, and what carbon would that, in terms of carbon credit that it can engender, and how we can encash those carbon credit from forest. So I think this is a super application that we just came out of Malaysia. Education reforms, yes, we cannot have any more curriculum of yesteryears, like the use of tariff that is mid-80s tool to now. So it's like that. So education reform has to be done. We need to reform education to reflect the ground reality. Jensen, the guy, NVIDIA, right? He said that don't send your children to study coding anymore because ChatGPT can do it. It all based on how you guide them, right? So things have changed quite a bit. And cross-border collaboration. I think this is important for us in ASEAN, and we welcome every one of you to be part of this ASEAN journey. The next 2 years, it will be under the leadership of Malaysia, AI also, Anwar Ibrahim. He's also a deal maker. He does a lot of deals to make things happen. So he has some ambitious objectives as he has assumed the chairmanship. Not easy, but I think it's doable. Now, in closing, let me emphasize that we invite all of you, as I said, telecom operators, startups, cloud providers, venture capitalists, R&D institutions, come and collaborate with ASEAN and with Malaysia in particular, as our strategic advantages include location and market access. Remember, 680 million, very peaceful. We know how to talk. We know what diplomacy means. We don't go at the first instant try to push a button to missile each other. So this is ASEAN, very peaceful coexistence. Am I right? Yes. Okay. Just making sure my ASEAN friends are with me. Active neutrality. We have certain biases, but essentially we are neutral. Data infrastructure readiness, Johor, Penang, KL, and in other countries too. If you go to Singapore, it's massive. Thailand, they have. So these are the regional centers. Strong government and policy support. Like in Malaysia, we have like My Digital, TIPM, and we recently set up a national AI office. Still understanding what is their role, but anyway, the national AI office. So we are, whether you are looking to test new 5G AI solution, it's so intertwined for industry 4.0, pilot, sustainable, whatever, come to ASEAN. We are the gateway to innovation. Even some countries have started applying to join as at least a partner first with ASEAN. I did mention Bangladesh. They have formally submitted the application to join ASEAN. Then, of course, our ASEAN founding fathers have to say yes collectively, because we deal in a consensus basis. We are not happy trigger missile people. Okay. Let Mobile World Congress serve as a launchpad for a meaningful relationship. We welcome you. And again, I hope somebody is showing me 1 minute, so which means I have to end here. And again, please welcome to ASEAN. We are very peaceful people. We have robust policies. We collaborate together. Technologically, we are very, very all our leaderships are very focused on this, whether it's Vietnam, whether it's Thailand, of course Singapore, we're ahead. Malaysia and others. So thank you so much.